What's going on, nerds? Welcome back to Comic Book Nerd Nation, episode number 69 this time. I'm Fox2. Today we're here with Topher.
Hey.
And Brian.
We like to party. We like to party.
We do like to party. All right, so here's the deal. We're recording this episode in advance because we've got some vacations and whatnot coming up. So we needed to have a few episodes recorded ahead of schedule. So we're going to change things up a little bit, and rather than the typical news and what we've been reading and stuff like that, we're just going to kind of have some fun tonight, talk about some different shit, and I think we're going to try and play that Super Fight game that we played a few episodes ago, a handful of episodes ago. Brian, are you familiar with this game, Super Fight?
Was I part of the last Super Fight?
No, you were not.
I wasn't.
Did you miss that one?
Well, I'm going in.
Oh, yeah, that was just...
All right, Topher, do you want to give a quick, brief explanation of the game for not only Brian, but for any viewers that didn't see? I think it was episode 65.
Ish,
somewhere in that ballpark.
So this was the unlike every other week where the tabletop game of the week, a lot of time has been put into that segment and a lot of research and a lot of hours spent playing games and sifting through them to find the really quality ones to bring you only the best of the best. That particular week, we decided to just kind of do an impromptu one that I just kind of found sitting by my computer at the time. One that I had just gotten in my Loot Crate subscription called Super Fight. Apparently they do have a full-sized game of it, which I don't have, but I do have this free one that came in my Loot Crate. So it's like a little starter deck. I don't know if the game's even actually technically out yet. You can find out at superfightgame.com.
I'm sorry, I just have to mention this real quick. I just switched over to Brian's camera, and he is like straight pervin on the bottom of the camera here. I don't know what that's pretty special. Okay, back to you, Topher.
Got like the Kilroy thing going on there.
Yeah, something special.
So anyway, so Super Fight is it's a card game where you draw a couple cards. You have like a deck of random characters like Water Buffalo and the Common Cold and Honey Badger, and I'm just reading random. Hey, cool! Star-Lord and Raccoon are right next to each other in my deck. Random like character types, and then you have another deck that are like weapons or powers. So like, you know, in a flying saucer, machine guns for legs.
So I can get a water buffalo with machine guns
You totally could.
Cool.
And so the idea here is two people play their cards, and they create some sort of character with some fighting skills, and then there's like a situation in a like a condition and a location deck too, and basically the two people have to argue which one of them would win in a fight, and then the rest of the players all listen to the rationales, and they vote on who they think was the winner.
Sweet.
So I think we do a little bit of round robin action on this thing, and see what happens. Maybe you referee the first round against me and Brian, and then I'll referee the second round, and we'll just kind of go around.
Yeah.
So the winner takes on Chris, and
yeah, okay, that sounds good.
And while you guys are going through your first round, I can stack the deck and figure out what my ideal fight would be.
Right,
so that
right. He'll end up with like Darth
annihilate
Vader with lightsaber and machine guns and a force field.
while pooping on the toilet.
In a nuclear bomb, with orbital bombardment, and you are a fish in bubble wrap, and
right.
you're ready to go.
All right, let's do this. I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
All right, here we go. Shuffling the characters. All right, who wants the first one?
Give it to Brian.
Sure, I'm the new
Brian.
Did I get fish and bubble wrap?
No, Brian, you are France.
I win.
Yeah, of course.
So
Wait, this is a
gonna
fight,
be
right?
Eiffel
already
Tower up your
figured
ass.
out.
So I win, right?
And
Unless you're like Ethiopia or
Switzerland.
something.
and Fox, you are a Stegosaurus.
All right, all right.
All
Now
right.
I'm France. Or are we in France?
No, you're France.
No, you
No, I'm
are
the
France.
United country
You are
of France.
The country of France. And
All right.
Brian, let's see here. Let's go ahead and shuffle our deck of super abilities.
I hope it's not France.
And
It's gonna be like good at bread making.
We drink our wine.
some of these don't even make sense. Okay.
Clearly not for a country.
Right. So, Brian, friend, you are armed with a railgun,
Oh, sweet. At least I have a cool railgun.
and the Stegosaurus is riding a nuclear missile.
That's fucking metal.
All right. Now, for this fight, it is taking place on a Mars colony.
This is some anime shit right here.
And the condition for this fight that's not even physically possible. Let's see here. It says all fighters are in helicopters. You can't put France in a helicopter.
It's one giant helicopter or a bunch of little helicopters, all carrying this big railgun on ropes.
Ooh, okay, here's a good one. Draw a random character card.
Oh god.
Oh, that'd be Mel Gibson.
Okay. You are fighting for custody of Mothra on Court TV.
Oh, sweet.
What? So we're not supposed to win the fight. We're supposed to argue.
Thundercats?
So we're arguing to argue. Wait.
Isn't Mothra the
Mothra was the villain on Thundercats.
Oh.
No, is it? That's
Wait, no, that's
Mumra.
Mumra. That's Mumra.
Mothra.
Mothra, yeah, Mothra is the giant moth guy from Godzilla.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Fuck that. I don't want him.
All right,
All right, Brian, you're first.
and you both get an extra ability.
Oh, okay.
You get one more ability. So, Fox, your Stegosaurus riding a nuclear missile also has an enormous exposed brain.
That doesn't sound good for a Stegosaurus.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether that's a good thing or a bad thing.
It's a gamma radiated Stegosaurus, like the leader.
And France, along with your railgun, you are also leading a team of trained velociraptors.
Oh yeah! I'm Chris Pratt, the French version.
All right, Brian, make your argument.
So, ready to go.
All right, so basically, I'm France, and all my Frenchmen.
So wait a minute. Let me clarify real quick. Before, are we supposed to win the fight against the opponent, or are we supposed to argue for why we
We're
get
gonna
Mothra as?
It says you are fighting for custody of Mothra on Court TV. Now, I mean, you're fighting for custody. I mean, it's up to you to describe in your description
Fair enough.
what that entails. Like,
Okay.
I don't know what Court TV's rules for taking custody of Mothra are. Maybe it's a fight to the death. Maybe it's a legal battle. I don't know. I'm gonna have to hear your arguments.
All right.
All right. So we the people of
And
United.
hopefully it's televised from that Mars colony.
All right.
So we can't win Mothra because we deserve Mothra. If you think you deserve Mothra, we're just gonna shoot you out of the sky, shoot you once in the brain with our giant railgun because railguns aren't small. So if you don't give us Mothra, we're going to shoot you out of the sky. And as your bits and pieces fall down, my France's velociraptors are going to eat you up. You have an atomic bomb, sure, but we have a giant railgun to shoot you out of the sky, to blow up you and your exposed giant brain, which can't be doing any thinking because Stegosauruses are dumb creatures. and therefore I win. And that's all. That's all I need.
All
I mean, I'm just gonna shoot the railgun at you.
I would like to tell you about why I will be winning this custody battle for Mothra. First of all, let me address the fact that he's going to be shooting a railgun at me, which is a large weapon, which hence takes a long time to reload. In shooting at my head, whether he hits my head or not, we'll make the worst assumption that he does hit my exposed brain. The fortunate part of the situation is that I happen to be riding on the back of a nuclear missile that is already flying towards him, being France, that is. And the nuclear missile is still going to continue traveling on after I myself am dead. So worst case scenario is that we're both completely annihilated. Best case scenario, which I'm betting would be that he would miss due to the fact that I would just be traveling too fast. A missile travels fairly quickly. I don't know if you've ever been trap shooting with a shotgun and tried to hit the little clay pigeons as they fly across the air. Those are not moving very quickly. I would guesstimate that a nuclear missile would travel somewhere around 100 times faster than that. And trying to shoot that with a single shot out of a railgun, I'm thinking would be fairly difficult and pretty complex, especially for France, who is known not to be so much into the whole conflict thing, which would lend me to believe that they don't have too much target practice under their belts. Therefore, I win.
So,
Got something to say.
I'm okay. Brian, a rebuttal?
Yes. My railgun's giant. So if you've ever played Marvel vs. Capcom, think of Iron Man's proton cannon, the giant beam coming from a giant gun. So thinking I have a giant railgun, I don't need to really aim for him, just get in the area, and the giant beam will engulf him and the bomb, exploding it before he hits me, and I could run away with Mothra, riding on his back majestically with my Raptors. France. Vive la France.
Huh. So, I thought that Brian's argument was pretty unconvincing, and then I heard Fox's, and well, any argument that starts out with "assuming you shoot me in the brain and I die," kind of seems like it's already accepted failure.
I'm tackling the worst possible scenario first.
I'm not a legal expert, but I'm thinking that France, after a nuclear missile, is still France, just with a lot of fallout and a large crater in the middle.
Or mutant Frenchmen.
Stegosaurus, after it's been killed with a railgun projectile through the brain, I don't know that they're legally allowed to have custody of anything. Like, could you elaborate on that scenario there, Fox?
In that scenario, no, you would be correct in that scenario, but I did previously state that the likelihood of him actually being able to hit the target that is moving as fast as it is with such a large piece of machinery to have to swing and aim is, I would say, minuscule at best.
Okay. All right.
So in summary, he's going to miss me, and then I'm going to blow him up.
Okay. All right. Well.
Bullshit.
Let's see here. I'm gonna need you both to pick a number 1 through 10.
7.
11. I have a giant ass railgun.
Okay.
So I win.
So Fox wins because he was closest to the number I was thinking of was 5, because we had to go to a tiebreaker round because, well, let's be honest, I didn't hear an exit strategy for the Stegosaurus on the nuclear missile if he wasn't killed by the railgun.
He's YOLOing it.
So I'm pretty sure The nuclear missile
Ride
wiped
that bitch to
him out.
Valhalla.
too.
Wait, wait, I have one more. Look.
Also, you were both disqualified for being extremely out of bounds.
Look, this is my
Yeah.
this is my diagram. Giant ass railgun
It's a penis
blowing up a
peeing on some
stegosaurus.
kind of,
Penis.
like,
It's stick figures.
it's like a dick. It's like a dick peeing on a smaller dick. That's what it looks like. It's like a dick with a fucking.
That's it. Can we? I want the jury's opinion.
Oh, that's great.
Oh wow. Okay, so
Sons of bitches.
All right, so
See, if you ever get my crumpets,
his
you
dick,
can't visit Rouge no more.
his dick peeing on a smaller dick wins Brian the opportunity to be the judge of the second round. So Topher, set us up for round 2, please.
oh boy, round 2.
Oh my god.
Okay. So
Where's my hammer? Order.
so am I drawing for myself or for you first, Doug?
You can draw for yourself first.
All right. Then I am Goliath.
Oh shit, that could be difficult.
Not unless you're Gojira.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on which Goliath it's referencing. So, you know.
Hank,
Whereas Fox, you are the Navy.
all right, I'm with that.
Unless you're a Navy
In the
film
Navy.
with bathrobes. Come in,
Can,
join the
can we
17. We want
while
you.
I,
We want you. We want you to join the new recruit.
I was just about to ask Fox for a rousing chorus of "In the Navy."
In the Navy. In the
Brian
Navy.
Okay. I, as Goliath, am really, really good at parkour. Really.
All right.
And in the Navy, you are chained to your evil twin. I'm not even sure what that means.
So the whole
But
Navy is
hopefully-
chained
Damn,
to
so
the
I
whole
have.
Navy?
All right. Okay.
All right. Now, this particular battle will be fought. That doesn't really. Actually, I like that one. This entire battle takes place on a crashing airplane with one parachute.
How is that even possible?
You know,
It's got to be a big plane if the Navy and the evil Navy is going to be on board.
I'm just saying.
That's a big ass plane. It's like the
Mhm.
Shield helicarrier times 100.
And
I feel like there's some deck stacking going on over there. He's
No,
picking up
I'm
and
trying
reading
to,
a lot
like-
of cards and then putting them down.
okay, I'm trying to find one that actually can apply to the whole fucking Navy. It's not easy. Okay, ready?
If you only get-
Fighters cannot see or hear.
All right.
so that
All right. Additional powers. I, Goliath, am armed with a surface-to-air missile launcher,
Okay.
and you, the Navy, shoot lasers out of your ears.
That's fantastic.
All
All right.
So,
Make your argument, Topher.
my argument. Oh, I get to go first.
Before Brian
order in the court.
coughs his lung up.
Alrighty. I am choosing to believe
Imagine.
that Goliath, in this case, is
He's, like,
referring
Googling
to
shit right now.
what's that?
You're like over there Googling shit.
I have to make sure I'm not getting this wrong. I'm like, was that really the
The Bible?
right name? See, that's the one I'm trying not to use. Wasn't
Hank Pym.
I don't know, but I feel
Wasn't
like there should be
Goliath-
a timeline on this argument, or otherwise it's
Yeah.
not very convincing. He doesn't
Wasn't-
even, he
wasn't
doesn't
Goliath-
even know who he is.
I mean, I know who the biblical one was, but wasn't
Preface my
Goliath?
argument by saying that how difficult can an opponent with multiple personality disorder be to fight? He can't even identify himself, let alone put up a real struggle.
Well, you are chained
Uh-huh.
to yourself.
I will cover that when it comes to my turn.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that Goliath was the name of the Black Lion in Voltron, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Not. I need a ruling from the judge.
I don't think they mean Voltron.
Ah, damn
They
it.
would pick all of Voltron. I think you're biblical.
All right.
Because you're definitely not Hank Pym. You'd be beating your wife, not going after the
No,
Navy.
it was Golion.
Was it really?
Yes.
Well, that
Did it?
seems
Lion, Golion.
terribly derivative. All right. Well, in that case, there goes that idea. So I'm just a big brutish dude from the Bible, but I'm really, really good at parkour, and I'm armed with a surface-to-air missile launcher. So my argument here is going to be pretty easy. So he is the entire Navy, and they're all chained to their evil twins, and shooting lasers out of their ears. First off, if they're chained to each other, and they're shooting lasers out of their ears, he's given no way to stop these lasers, and there's nowhere for them to run away from each other, so all these lasers are pretty much just going to be decimating his own soldiers. Plus, since we can't see or hear, you have no idea whether, where to aim. The likelihood of friendly fire is far greater than taking out just little old me. And since we're on a crashing airplane with one parachute, well, I am one person. I only need one parachute. He's the entire fucking Navy, which means only one parachute. He's fucked, proper fucked. Even if you could say that one guy manages to get out okay, he's still chained to his evil twin, and that parachute can't support the weight of both of them. Especially not while they're clamped together with lasers shooting out of their ears. Not only that, but he probably couldn't figure it. They'd be fighting over which one of them gets it. The plane would crash because they can't see or hear to even get the damn parachute away from everybody else that's fighting over it on his team to get out of there in time. So the whole fucking Navy goes down with the ship. And, Goliath jumps out because he's really good at parkour. So, he just kind of vaults over everybody and finds the exit pretty easily and jumps out. And, I don't even need to use the surface-to-air missile launcher. But, if I make it to the ground before, they finish fighting over the parachute, then screw it. I'm going to get down to the surface and I'm going to shoot my missile and blow up that plane before it crashes. And, they're still up there chained to each other fighting over the damn parachute.
All right. Let me start my argument by saying, first of all, how seriously can you take an opponent that cannot even identify themselves? I feel that a big part of fighting, a big part of combat is mental stability, is mental strength, wherewithal. Those are all extremely important factors when you're talking about a battle. If one can't even is constantly struggling with who they themselves are, how can they possibly offer up a formidable attack against a well-known and extremely powerful enemy such as the Navy? Now, let me just address one thing really quickly here. The lasers out of the ears thing. Okay, for starters, lasers out of the ears. I think we all know that the Navy has a high degree of technology. High degree of technology. In fact, there's been stories of them testing lasers mounted on ships to shoot down other boats. Or not shoot, to sink other boats, rather. So the degree of technology that is within their grasp is just mind-boggling. So if they can harness the power of a laser as a weapon on a ship, it's not unreasonable to assume that they could also stop lasers just with some simple technology put into some headphones. So that addresses that issue. They now have the ability to take the headphones off and use the lasers as weapons if needed, but more importantly, protect themselves from friendly fire by wearing this technology. Secondly, let's address the fact that we're chained to our evil twins. Okay, I think you've all heard the well-known phrase, "The enemy of my enemy is my friend." Well, that's the scenario that we've got going on here. Sure, while we may not get along with our evil twins most of the time, when we are going against the confused, not sure who they are, evil Goliath of Topher, they're on our side. It's a common enemy. It's a common goal to fight that person together. So we're on this one singular plane, which is just clearly massive due to the fact that we have jets, helicopters, battleships, the Navy SEALs, all these things inside of the singular plane. The sheer volume of people coming at this one character are going to take him down. There is no, it's a Zerg rush, if you will, of just massive quantities of attack going at just one person. Impossible for him to be able to attack and defend off all of the attacks that are coming his way. As far as survival and getting out, there's only one parachute. It only takes one person. But the beauty of the situation is, if the aircraft is large enough to hold all of those people, one or multiple of the aircraft that I possess as the Navy would be able to just fly out the back hatch, and voila, victory.
Interesting.
Rebuttal.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
First off, it doesn't say that it's a Navy airplane. It's a crashing airplane, and his whole argument against me didn't really shut me down. It was a metagaming argument against the player, not against the character in the fight. He's saying that I don't know the character. That's not going to stop Goliath from being really good at parkour, grabbing that parachute, and get the fuck out of there. And your biggest argument in favor of yourself was that you can shut off one of your own weapons. Okay, so you're still chained to your evil twins, and you can't see or hear. The enemy of your enemy might be your friend, but how do you even know who the fuck you're chained to when you can't see or hear? Do you know your evil twin by touch? Are you groping each other? Are you giving each other handies? You're talking about not being able to attack or defend. I don't need to attack or defend you. I'm grabbing my parachute and I'm running the fuck out of the plane. I don't need to kill you. The plane's about to crash. You can't survive a plane crash.
Sure you can. Absolutely.
You didn't shut down. You didn't shut down any of my arguments.
You can. First of all, you can. Permission for a rebuttal to the rebuttal.
Rebuttal.
First of all, you can survive a plane crash. That's a well-documented fact. It happens, for sure. Secondly, just because you're really, really good at parkour, and jumping out of the airplane doesn't necessarily mean that the attack is going to stop coming at you. As far as the weapons, it's pretty well known that the Navy has a multitude of weapons, including guns, missiles, the laser on the ship that I was just talking about.
None of which are on your list?
It doesn't matter. The Navy has them. Those are just simply additional superpowers. Just like the Goliath has two fists, but because throwing a punch isn't on your list, that doesn't prevent you from throwing a punch. You simply chose to turn tail and run away. That's fine, but while you're running away, you've got hundreds, if not thousands, of people shooting at you. Now, to address the fact that we can't see or hear, the computers are doing the work, man. Computers. That's the answer. I'm just telling you.
All right, so everything but the Navy killing me is Fox's argument. I like it.
I have a question. The judge has a question. Now, is Goliath can't see her here too, or was that
Correct.
just?
No, both.
Yes,
nobody
that's
can see.
for
So
everybody.
nobody can see her here. So
Nobody
basically,
can see her.
all right.
So how is he going to find the parachute?
But one of us has really good mobility, and the other ones
Has
are chained
thousands
to
of
other
people.
Okay, so I'm judging this basically. You both had good arguments, but I'm judging this on what you guys didn't say. I feel like, Doug, I feel like you could have said that the Navy could have escaped without getting the parachute because there's just so many of them that they could just form a human chain and start lowering each other down and piling each other
That
up
would've
on
been
each other,
awesome.
and left him in the plane not being able to see or hear them escape.
I would have had to concede defeat to that argument.
I feel like because nobody could see or hear, and Topher, you were one individual, maybe very tall, but still nobody could see or hear, you could have slid by them, grabbed the parachute, and jumped out and then blown them up. You both have good arguments, but I feel like that Topher will win because
Yes!
All
I
right.
feel like the enemy of my enemy wouldn't work out. I think they'd be killing each other.
All right. Fair enough.
But I did like how you brought up all the Navy's extensive technology to shut off the lasers from killing each other.
Topher, set
Also-
up the next one.
Also, Fox, you totally could have won last round with one easy argument. He's France. He's surrendered. Battle over.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh shit, touche.
I thought about that.
But I
Alright.
could have won because I could have walked off the battlefield, let him blow himself up because we just wanted to smoke a cigarette and drink some wine.
Final battle.
I will not fight. I am tired.
Final super fight between Topher and Brian, and I will be judging this
Ooh.
one.
Okay, Brian. You
Let's
went
get it
first
on.
Second card.
I think I'm just gonna. You know what? I'm gonna set this one up myself.
Ooh.
You have it too, you son of a bitch.
No, I don't. But I have a very, very vivid imagination.
He's going off the book.
I'm gonna go off the cuff on this one. And Brian, we're gonna say that you are Ted, the teddy bear from the movie.
Sweet.
All right. I'm just gonna write this down so I have in case there's any questions that come up. And Topher, you are going to be
Drunk pirate.
yeah, we'll go with drunk pirate. I like that. All right. Okay, this is gonna be good and probably offensive.
So I've already won this because Brian's not even going to be able to get an argument out because I'm just going to talk over him the entire time.
And
So therefore I win because he doesn't even make an argument because Alex has just been talking the whole time. Damn it, dog! Get off the thing! And then so like he won't even get a chance to talk. So I've already won. I'm gonna have a drink to celebrate.
All right. I'm going to change that, actually. You're not going to be drunk pirate. You're going to be the Taco Bell dog.
That's almost even. They're about the same size, roughly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's not horrible. Ted, you are going to have
20-inch pythons.
20-inch pythons. Is that what you came up with?
No.
Is that really? Was that what you
can't-
came up with? 20-inch. All right, you got 20-inch pythons, meaning muscles, biceps. 20-inch biceps. We'll see how much that helps you out. Taco Bell dog. We're gonna go with flaming rectal leakage.
Yee.
And this battle is going to take place on in one of those trampoline rooms. You know what I'm talking about? Those like workout facilities that have trampolines like mounted from wall to wall,
Yeah.
and then like angled ones on either end. With 50% gravity. And your extra special power, Brian, you will have Ebola laced burps.
Nice.
And Topher, you are going to have
A chimichanga.
yeah, we'll go chimichanga
Grenades.
a chimichanga laced with herpes.
Okay.
Fuck.
All right, there it is. Who would like to go first?
Have at it, Brian.
Nobody wants to go first.
Alright, so, I'm Ted. I've watched enough Flash Gordon to have super cool moves. Plus, I've got 20-inch pythons. So I've got pretty big arms. And my burps are laced with Ebola. So as he's Yokiado, woof woof, trying to bounce with his stubby little legs, trying to heave like his burritos at me, I'm just belching, jumping around, floating in the air a little bit, belching clouds of Ebola. And out of the clouds, I'll give him a little right and left, and he won't see what's coming because he won't be able to step in the clouds. Then he'll get Ebola, and then he'll die. And that's my argument, because I'm part Tedamania. Do you hear what I'm saying, brother?
All right, Topher.
Wow. Okay. So what was it? Fiery diarrhea?
You
or
are the
something?
Taco Bell dog. You have flaming rectal leakage and chimichangas laced with herpes. And you're fighting in a trampoline room with 50%
Right.
gravity.
Okay. You ever seen somebody kick a chihuahua? I mean, they can get some pretty deep height on them.
But that's kicking a chihuahua. No one's kicking
Right.
you.
But I'm just saying, like, have you seen anybody get that kind of distance
I want
with
to know
a,
where
with
you
a
saw
teddy bear?
somebody kick a chihuahua.
You haven't seen that shit?
Google it.
Oh,
So
God,
anyway.
that's awful.
So I figure, you can get a pretty good bounce going. So me as a Chihuahua, I'm fast. I'm little. I'm sneaky. You can't catch me. I'm bouncing all over the place, and I can get enough height in this 50% gravity that I'm just going straight over top of Ted's head, and that fiery rectal leakage is just raining down on him like fire, death from above. It's just all over the place, man, and like. He can't punch what he can't catch. And here's the thing. He asked for 20-inch pythons. He didn't say shit about his legs. He's got normal legs. Dude's top heavy. He's like falling over and shit. Like, he doesn't have the muscles to support that body. He's laying upside down, like laid down by his arms, just his little stubby, stuffed legs kicking up in the air. He can't do shit except sit there and get leakage just poured on him. Just like he's on fire. Have you ever seen a stuffed teddy bear set on fire? Those things don't last very long. Like, he's not surviving that. And let's be honest, the herpes and the Ebola, I mean, those are slow killers. Like sure, I might contract Ebola, but I mean, there's treatments for that shit now. Like, after the fight's over, after he's melted and dead and gone, like, I can go take myself to a clinic and get that shit taken care of. Like, it's not going to kill me before the rectal leakage just pours down on him like, gallons and gallons of Baja Blast. Like it's over for him. So, I mean, it's not even a challenge. Plus, like if I throw enough of those chimichangas around, like Deadpool's probably going to come in and kill him for me anyway, just to get a chimichanga.
All right, Brian, you want a rebuttal?
Rebuttal. First of all, yes, I have giant arms and stubby legs, but I could just use my 20-inch python just to launch myself in the air. Just like smash. And it's my anchor point to fly like Superman. And plus, you're the one with the chimichangas. Deadpool would kill you just to get all your chimichangas, whether they have AIDS, syphilis. He could heal from it. You have the chimichangas. I don't. You're throwing them around trying to hit me. But I'm flying in the air using my 20-inch pythons, brother.
Rebuttal to rebuttal?
Yes, granted.
So when you jump on a trampoline, like you have a centered weight that goes in and gets pushed back out. If he's just standing there and he slaps down with his giant 20-inch pythons, that doesn't create a force on his feet that lifts his feet. All that does is bounce his giant pythons right back up and smack straight into his fucking head.
I'm a teddy bear. My arms weigh more than my body, so it'll just fly me off. Physics, man, physics.
No, don't work like that.
All right. Both of you had good arguments. Oh, man. I want to hear a little bit more about the 50% gravity. How is that going to play into it for you, Brian?
Easy. When I lift myself off and I'm floating in the air, I give me enough space to use my burps and get the whole area. Like not only just the ground around where I was standing, but in the air there'll be burp gas. So he'll have to fly through all my toxic fumes.
Okay.
And for me, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I already said the burps aren't really going to kill me. Sure, even if I contract Ebola, like it's not gonna matter until long after the fight's over. Also, gas is probably like the thing least affected by gravity, so that doesn't mean shit. But speaking of shit, my flaming rectal leakage, like in only 50% gravity, you can aim that stuff a whole lot better because it doesn't just fall straight down like immediately. Like you can get a whole lot more distance on that shit, literally. Like you squirt it out and like it, the decay rate of that arc there is a lot lower. So like that means I don't even have to I can stay even farther away from his giant muscly pythons because I can squirt that shit out and it only falls half as fast before it gets all the way over to him.
Okay, I feel like
I got a rebuttal.
No, judgment has been reached.
What?
I feel like a judgment's reached at this point. I feel like Brian's theory of jumping and the Ebola burps was a little bit.
Damn it! I just thought of another
was a
one.
little bit on the weak side. I didn't feel overly convinced that was going to be a good, solid technique against a smaller, faster opponent. Topher, I really liked your argument. I felt it was strong as regards to getting lots of momentum, flying over top, raining down the Baja Blast. Loved the reference to the Taco Bell food there, or the Taco Bell drink. I felt like that was a really solid argument. However,
It's more liquidy than solid. But
yeah.
Whatever.
I feel like the winning point was actually brought up by Topher, but I feel like you brought it up you brought up a point that was going to end up being your own demise, which Brian did a good job of arguing in the rebuttal about Deadpool coming in for the chimichangas. You have all of the chimichangas. He's not worried about what they're laced with because he can heal. He's not worried about the rectal fire or the Ebola burps. He's simply going to kill you for the chimichangas. I have to go with Brian on this one. Although I did like Chris's references significantly more. Had you not brought Deadpool into this, I think you would have won fourfold.
But my argument was I was offering to give him the chimichangas. He can't take that argument and pervert it and then use it against me. I said, I've got chimichangas. Here you go, Deadpool. Have some chimichangas. And then he wants to kill him because I gave him chimichangas. I'm his friend at that point.
You didn't have enough.
There wasn't enough there.
There wasn't enough eyewitness accounts.
This game is great for getting us to argue with each other, though.
I
tell you what.
I will be appealing this decision.
All right, guys. Well, that's about it. That's enough nonsense for one episode. I'm Fox 2. We got Topher.
Yeah. I want some
And
Taco Bell.
the whole effing Brian.
I want to poop.